important. It's so funny though. On my first day, it was a pretty small class, and someone someone asked me, like, first my teacher was like, "Oh, Minto, your voice is so cute." I was like, no. And someone in the class, this guy, he was just like, "Are you a VTuber?" Oh no, first he asked, Are you a voice actor?" And I was like, "No." And then he goes, and then I was like, "No." They were like, "You've never done any voice acting work? Like, your voice is kind of unique." I was like, No, I just, I don't know." And then, like, while I was leaving, because it was at the end of class, they were like, the guy, he was just like, "She's probably a VTuber." And I was like, "No!" And it was so funny because there was a I ended up, like, him and this other girl, we would go and get lunch together after class, and like he would keep asking me. He'd be like, "Are you a VTuber? Are you a VTuber? Are you a VTuber?" And I'm like, "No." And and I think at one point I was like, "You know what? Maybe I'll mess with him a little bit." Because he would ask me, he would be like, "Are you part of this company?" And I was like, "No." Like, he asked if I was part of HoloLive, and I was like, "No." He didn't know VTubers at all. He was just like, that's the only thing I know." And so I was like, "No." But at one point I was like, "You know what? I am gonna mess with him." I was like, "You know what? Sorry." I am a VTuber. And he had a bet going with another guy in our class that I was a VTuber, and he was like, "Yes, I'm gonna tell him." I was like, "No, don't tell him. Just, like, kind of keep him, like, on his toes or whatever." And then he would try to ask me stuff, and the girl too, she was just like, "I can't tell if you're lying or not." And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" What? And he would be like, "If you're really a VTuber, tell me a story." And I was just like, "Oh, I can't tell you any stories. Sorry." I was like, I can't, like, that's too private. I don't want to be found out. And and then, okay, so the whole like 2 months I was keeping this up, and on the very last day, we went and, like, the three of us went and got coffee, and he looks at me and he's just like, "You know what? You really had me going. I really thought that you were a VTuber." And I was like, "Gotcha." Whew. It was so silly. I was like, "No way." They just didn't believe me at all. Like, she was so, they were both very nice, but like, when I say I'm an introvert, like, I am a true introvert, they were more introverted than me. So I'm the one, like, trying to start all the conversations, and I'm just like, the weather, it's so hot today." like, it was crazy. It was crazy how much I was like, "Oh my god, I'm having to pretend I'm an extrovert here." It would be a little awkward. It would be, because we would just be eating in silence for a long time. But it was good. It was still a fun time.